Last words. Part 2. Signs and other things fly by while Meg is driving down the interstate. Then Meg starts to feel hungry. Man, I'm hungry. Where's a good place to stop and eat? A few fast food signs pop up, but they are not what she is in the mood for. Then she hits a long stretch of one-off restaurants. All of this looks so strange to me. Then she spots a lovely-looking diner. All right, this looks like a good place to me. Meg pulls into the parking lot of the diner. Meg gets out of her car and enters the diner. The interior of the diner looks like it is stuck in the 1950s. It has a long counter with stools and booths around the room next to large windows. A red-haired woman looking to be in her 50s stands behind the counter. The woman greets Meg as she enters. Have a seat. My name is Karen, and I'll be your waitress. Here's a menu, and I'll be right back to take your order. Karen walks over to the other customers. Only one person is sitting at the counter. Meg takes a seat at the counter. She looks over the menu. What do I want? A few minutes later, Karen walks over to Meg. Have you had enough time to look at the menu, hun? Yes, ma'am, Meg said. What will you have to drink? Karen asked. A Coke, and I think I'll have the chicken soup. Okay, I'll be right back with your order. Karen walks in the kitchen area, which is open to the rest of the diner. Jim, which one has the new soup in it? A man calls out from the walk-in freezer. What? Where's the soup? Karen asked. The wha? Jim calls. Karen walks over to the freezer and Jim's back is facing the door. The soup! Jim! Jim jumps from being scared of Karen. Some metal trays fall to the ground, making a loud sound. Damn, Care, you scared the poop out of me. Karen smiles. Well, I'm sorry. Her smile widens. Yeah, sure you are. I see that smile on your face, Jim said. Well, it was funny, Karen said. Yeah, Jim smiles. What do you want? Which one has the soup in it? Which soup? Jim asked. The soup of the day? Oh, the big pot on the left. Thank you, and sorry for scaring you, Karen said. I guess it was better that it was you than somebody else, or I'd look pretty dumb, Jim said. No, you still looked pretty dumb to me, too, Karen said. Yeah, pot on the left, Jim said. Karen fixes Meg's bowl of soup. This place is charming. If the food is good, I might come by here on my way back home, Meg said as she watched Karen get her food. Karen exits the kitchen. Here, nice and warm soup and a Coke. She sets the food down in front of Meg. Meg looks it over. Thank you. You're welcome. On your way to college? Karen asked. Yes, ma'am. First day? Karen asked. Yes, it is. I can always tell, and call me Karen. When you call me Mom, it makes me feel old. Okay, this is good soup, Karen said, taking another spoonful. Best soup around for 100 miles, Karen said proudly. Meg looks around. So is this place always this slow? No, you're just too late for the breakfast crowd and too early for the lunch crowd. This place fills up and empties like clockwork. Just about all the people around here work down at the factory, Karen said. Oh, okay, but what about those two? Meg nods her head in the direction of two young guys sitting in a booth. Well, those two are brothers. The older one is a salesman, and the younger one just hangs out with his older brother. Okay. Excuse me a minute, I need to talk to these boys, Karen said. Okay, Meg said. Karen walks over to the brothers and talks to them for a little bit. She gathers up their dirty dishes and walks into the back. After a couple of minutes, Karen comes out of the back. The two brothers, Ryan and Matt, leave. See you later, boys, Karen said. Bye, Karen, Ryan said. Bye, Matt said. Let me go clean that up, Karen said, looking over at their booth. Okay, Meg said. Karen cleans off the table and goes into the back, while Meg sits there and finishes her soup. Karen comes out from the back once more. Meg has finished her soup. I will say it again. That was good soup. Let me get that for you. Karen takes Meg's soup bowl. Thanks. Can I get the check, please? Meg asked. Sure thing. Here's your bill. Meg hands Karen enough money for double the price of her meal. Thank you. Keep the rest for the tip. Thank you. Have fun at school. I will. Meg stands up. Bye. Bye, hun, Karen said. Meg gets into her car and drives off. Karen watches Meg drive away. Such a nice girl. I hope she has a good time at college. In a prison meeting room, there are 3 men: a convicted killer, a prison guard, and a detective. The guard stands in the left corner of the room near the door, while John the killer and Detective James Peters sit on opposite sides of a table. On the table is a tape recorder and a half-empty glass of water placed in front of the killer. John sits leaning back in his chair, rubbing his chin. Hey! Detective Peters places a folder down on the table in front of him. So that's what all the reports show Meg White did before she disappeared. So innocent she was, John said. Yes, she was, Detective. Peters said. Such a good girl, too bad, John said. Yes, it was a terrible thing, but this case is 30 years old, Detective, Peters said. Why do bad things happen to such good people? John asked. I don't know why. Why don't you tell me? You were one of those people who preyed on the innocent, Peters said. I did it because it felt so good when I destroyed something so pure. But we're not talking about me right now. We're talking about a girl who is still missing, John said. Detective. Peters is getting frustrated. So let's talk about Meg White. Excellent. Now that I've heard the start of her story, let me tell you the end. Peters is confused. What are you talking about? How do you know the end of her story? I can't tell now. That would spoil the ending of the story, and where would be the fun in that? Detective. Peters' frustration has risen to the surface. This is not some dumb fairy tale, John. This is a real girl we're talking about. John remains calm. I know, and I am trying to help you find her. What do you mean, find her? Is she still alive? Peters asked. I can't tell you yet. This is a good story. You will want to hear all of it, and it will be told best from beginning to end. Now, if you please, I want to finish her story. It will make all of us delighted by its conclusion. Fine, finish your story. But if I'm not happy by the end of it, I'm going to hit you, Peters said. There will be no need for violence. You will have some feelings by the end of the story, and let's say they won't be bad, John said. Okay, let's hear it, Detective, Peters said,